Hey, what's going on people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be telling you why Zane is the best Vault Hunter in Borderlands 3 as we showcase him in all his glory. I plan to explain why the other Vault Hunters are the best too, but today we're focusing on Zane. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one, and let me know in the comments why you like to play as Zane, and let's crack into it. There are lots of things that you can do with Zane which makes him an incredibly enjoyable Vault Hunter to roam the Borderlands as, and I'll be highlighting them all in today's video. Out of all the Vault Hunters, Zane is the most pick up and play. He started out as the bee's knees of Freeze, but has grown to become much more than that. No matter which weapon you're using, Zane can make it work. All you need is a half decent build, and a Seeing Dead class mod is an extremely easy and powerful class mod to work with. With skills like Salvation, which grants lifesteal, some that increase fire rate and reload speed, many more that buff gun damage, and then you have Eraser, which we'll cover in more depth later, there isn't much Zane can't do. He can do it all, and you don't really even need to try. The cannon can activate anointments and help you to proc abilities better than anything else in the game, which will keep him at full strength practically all of the time. His skills don't focus on any type of weapon either, so you're free to use what you like without sacrificing any damage. When other Vault Hunters have action skills that come and go, Zane has the ability to keep them active for long periods of time. The Clone, Drone and Barrier will be with you potentially 24/7, letting you experience all Zane has to offer all of the time. One thing that Zane has above everyone else is speed. Violent speed can double stack, granting him massively increased movement. Although other characters can boost their leg drive, Zane does it the easiest, allowing you to zip across the Borderlands. That added speed amplifies the level of action, makes farming runs faster, and can be combined with violent momentum to give us another thing Zane has in spades, and that's one-shot potential. Combining violent speed with violent momentum, which increases damage exponentially the faster you move, and you have an incredible deadly damage formula which enables you to do some crazy things. Adding a Toboggan and Infernal Wish to the mix amplifies that damage, giving you extra speed, an amp shot, and another projectile which you can hit up to 3 through playing dirty. Cap out Art of War and swap to your weapon of choice to trigger Cold Bore, and you'll have some incredible power at your fingertips. You'll be like Gandalf, but not. While Zane performs fantastically well with fully automatic weapons, he doesn't leave the heavy hitters behind, giving them plenty of room to shine. It's definitely a sight to behold, and that's before we even chuck in the most broken skill in the game, Eraser. Eraser is a tier 20 passive skill found in Zane's professional skill tree, which is unlocked as part of the Arms Race DLC in Season Pass 2. It grants you and your clone the ability for all critical hits to pass through enemies, dealing up to 120% extra damage per enemy pierced. It's similar to Zero's Bore in Borderlands 2, but much more powerful. Eraser doesn't increase the damage of your projectile on critical hits. It actually spawns an entirely new projectile, which is 120% more powerful than the original, which applies all of the V1 and V2 damage calculation again, while double dipping in splash damage and splash damage radius. It's pretty much 2.2 times all splash damage from anoints, artifacts and class mods, which results in some serious damage, allowing you to one-shot bosses with weapons that would only tickle enemies otherwise. Combine it with the Hustler class mod and you can trigger Eraser simply through the splash damage you deal. The complex route is just one gun that shines with Eraser, abusing it to the nth degree. You can use it to destroy literally everything on screen, but you'll want to deal in matching elements and have some form of immunity like a red suit or transformer to avoid going down. There are a ton of weapons that Eraser takes to new heights, and no skill can transform a weapon better than this one. Speaking of doing things better, friends make everything better, and Zane has one he can bring along for the ride. It won't speak to you, but it will still help you feel less lonely, and I take that as a big plus. Other than that much needed companionship, the Digiclone is an absolute monster with a weapon in its hand. Speccing into double barrel will allow them to take a copy of your weapon into the battlefield, and they don't mess around when it comes to dishing out damage. The Digiclone can comfortably take out bosses on its own, and will double the level of mayhem you cause in every situation. It can even deal ridiculous amounts of damage with the Grease Trap. You see, the Grease Trap has a secondary mode which boosts the damage of its primary mode when enemies have been damaged by it. The clone can only fire its primary mode, but if you apply the grease for its fire, then magical things start happening. Another magical thing Zane has is the power of protection through his barrier. Aside from lifesteal, which is great for keeping him alive, nothing beats never getting hit in the first place, and you can do that with the barrier and the all-rounder augment. As long as your barrier remains up, you'll struggle to ever go down unless, a barrel gets you. Which, let's face it, is everyone's worst enemy, and has my vote for the main antagonist in Borderlands 4. Forget the Calypso twins, how about the Barrel Broskies? You may think that this immunity is only active periodically, but thanks to Zane's ability to maintain action skill uptime, you'll never be exposed. Being invincible is great and is one of Zane's many bonuses, but the barrier does synergize extremely well with one weapon in particular, and that is the Redistributor, obtained from Wotan during the Maliwan takedown. Because every weapon shot through the barrier is amped and the Redistributor chains rounds at nearby enemies whenever it fires amp shots, each and every single bullet you fire will damage not only the person you're shooting at, but someone else too. It's fantastic while mobbing and turns this SMG into a rapid firing reflux, which is something only he can do. It's definitely a lot of fun, and you can even equip his Hustler class mod to have those chained rounds landing with critical force. When you add all this together, you'll understand that Zane can dominate the Borderlands with just about any weapon and has skills that can be applied to all of them. Survivability is a big plus thanks to the barrier and his all-time lifesteal. A single skill can have you moving at least 40% faster, and you can combine that with another to start on the path to ultimate one-shot potential. Even stopping there, Zane would be great, but when you throw a racer into the mix, a whole new world opens up that'll march you into another era of damage. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned about Zane and why he is the best Vault Hunter in Borderlands 3. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.